Hello everybody, my name is Kira Bigelow and I'm running for your freshman vice president. I know what you're thinking, this is just another cheesy speech trying to win over your vote. And while this is most definitely a cheesy speech, I can promise you, you won't regret voting for me. I'm going to steal a line from one of the greatest campaign speeches ever. Vote for me and all your wildest dreams will come true. And I must say, Pedro speaks the truth. Now, most of you don't really know anything about me or why you should even consider voting for me in the first place. But as your freshman vice president, I will speak for your needs and contribute to making progress for our school. I can't promise much in this uncertainty, but I can promise that I will help the president in all that we do this coming school year. Another thing you may want to know is that I've been in many leadership positions, both in and out of school, and such as being the president and vice president of a lot of clubs and organizations. I'm sure you're done hearing me ramble on and on about myself. But one other thing you should know about me is that I'm trustworthy, dependable, and a hardworking student. I take passion in everything that I do, and I will actively work to get feedback from all of you to shape a better community at Higley. I can be a voice for you and help your ideas to be carried out. Many of you may not know this, but our school's vision is that Higley High School students will be critical thinkers, productive global citizens, and lifelong learners who are united in excellence, honor, and compassion. I will stick by that, and as I said before, I can't make any promises through this uncertainty, but I can promise one thing, that I will contribute to making this school united in excellence, honor, and compassion. Thank you all for listening. Vote Kira for your freshman vice president.
If you had asked me last year what I thought this school year would look like, I definitely would not have told you I would be doing school sitting at the tiny desk in the corner of my room, but I cannot wait to start getting to know everyone and start helping better our school. My name is Lacey Klontz, and I am so excited to be running for freshman class vice president this year. Even though nothing in our lives has been certain this year, and every day is something new, you can count on me to help make this school year one of the best. Striving for normalcy is a big goal this school year, along with helping to beautify our campus and help support our students. And with me, Lacey Klontz, as your vice president, you will not be let down. When returning to school, we want our campus to look fresh and better than ever, and that's what I plan to do. More plants, misters, and new benches are all going to help make our school better and look amazing when we return. Another big goal this year is to help students who feel overwhelmed or stressed to feel comfortable and supported throughout these times. Even though online learning is difficult and being back in person can be difficult, we can help students by giving them support systems and holding online events for those who are still online. This year is going to be the best, and I cannot wait to get started. I'm Lacey Klontz, and I'm running for freshman class vice president.
Hi guys, my name is Tiana Graham. I'm a freshman at Higley and I'm running for freshman vice president this year. Cool fact about me is that I love student council. I'm very creative and I always enjoy contributing my ideas to help the school. I also have some leadership experience from past activities and clubs. Last year at Salzman, I did student council, web leaders, Spartan buddies, and I was in advanced dance, so I have some leadership experience. I'm running for vice because I love helping out and assisting. I'm hardworking, reliable, and I'm extremely neat and organized. If elected, I can guarantee the year will be incredible, even with Corona. I truly care for the student body, and I feel like I could voice everyone's opinions and concerns. I have good communication skills, and I just love helping out. My goals for the year would include anything that will promise fun dances, successful fundraisers, and awesome spirit weeks. I would always be open to any suggestions and ideas for a better, more enjoyable school year. So don't forget to vote Tiana Graham for freshman vice president.
Well, it's safe to say that 2020 has been a difficult year for everyone, and this virus has certainly caught us off guard. None of us even imagined that high school would start off this way. But I believe that together, we can still make these next years the greatest of our lives. We face some academic and social challenges that no one else has faced before. Despite these challenges, I believe that we have the creativity and motivation to overcome our obstacles and make our high school years the best experience of our lives. A vote for me is a vote for creativity. A vote for me is thinking outside the box and turning this dismal start of a school year to an epic success. We're still young and we're still inexperienced, but together as Knights, we could show that we have the potential for anything we want to do. My name is Victoria Lithgow, and I'm running to be your vice president. I believe in you, Higley Knights. Now I'm asking you to believe in me.
Hi everyone, I'm Blair Bowden and I'm running to be your freshman class president. Our year started off a little rough due to the COVID-19 outbreak, but with me as president, we're going to get our year back on track. Sticking together is more important than ever. Freshman year is hard enough and online learning has just made it more difficult. I want to hear your ideas and make them happen. I promise to listen to you and to be a friend if you need one. With us finally back in school, our campus has been looking a little boring, and I want to change that. So this year, we're planning on making campus a little more interesting. Not just a few plants, but benches, shade, and misters to keep us all cool. I want school to be as fun and exciting as possible. And with me, Blair Bowden, as your president, we'll plan some super fun and safe events. Dances, pep rallies, anything to keep our year as normal as it can be. I will work hard and fight for our freshman year. I will do everything I can to keep events and dances up and running. Let's be friends. Vote Blair Bowden for your freshman class president, and I'll be there for you.
As an incoming freshman, I've been wondering what Higley would be like. So I decided to ask a bunch of students who have already been here one thing is that they would change about it. The top 3 most common answers that I got were, the bathrooms are gross, the food isn't the best, and it can be boring sometimes. My name is Iris Levitt, and I'm running for freshman president to change Higley's reputation. If I am voted president, Higley will become known for 3 things: good food, being way more fun, and having a prettier campus. In order to make Higley a place known for better food, I'll work hard to invite different food trucks here to our school more than once a month and encourage different lunches than normal every day. Higley will also become a place that's known for being super fun. I'll make Higley a more fun place to be by coming up with fun and creative themes for school activities and publicizing school sports games and events more. Finally, I'll help make Higley campus way nicer. By getting more decorations and plants around the school, Higley will become known as a nice looking place to be. I'm also going to spend lots of time raising money and cleaning up to make the bathrooms nicer and not as gross. So if you don't like gross bathrooms, bad food, and boring school days, and you want to join me in helping Higley become a place that's known for delicious food, lots of fun, and a pretty campus, vote Iris Levitt for president.
Hi, I'm Phoebe Wood, and I'll be running for your vice president with Lucy Larson as our class president for your sophomore class of 2020 to 2021. From the first day that I arrived at Higley High School, I knew I wanted to be more involved, from participating in swim and being the vice president of Best Buddies. I am constantly finding more ways to make Higley High School a better environment than it already is. As your vice president, I will strive to continue to make improvements to our school for every sophomore student at Higley High School. Lucy and I vow to have no school on Fridays. Just kidding, we can't do that. But we will be your voice with the school administration to make sure you have the best sophomore year yet. One of the reasons I am running for vice president for our sophomore class is because I want to give back to our school. I want to be the friendly face that every one of our sophomores could come to in a time of need. I will work hand in hand with our sophomore class president to guarantee you a safe and productive year. With all the COVID restrictions going on, it has really taken a toll on our sophomore year. Our student council is still planning on having a wonderful year and making sure we make things seem as normal as possible. I would really appreciate your vote for vice president. If I get elected, I promise to make sure you enjoy your year as much as possible. Thank you so much for your time, and don't forget to vote Phoebe and Lucy for your sophomore vice president and president for 2020 to 2021.
Hi, my name is Lucy Larson, and I'm running to be your sophomore class president with Phoebe Wood as my VP. I've had various leadership roles within Student Council, and I'm involved in different clubs at Higley. As your president, I'll contribute ideas to Student Council that will make online and in-person learning more engaging. And Phoebe and I will plan exciting activities since we've returned to school. Your plans for the school are important to me too, so I will bring your thoughts to our Student Council meetings. So remember to vote Lucy Larson and Phoebe Wood as your next president and vice president.
Hey Knights, my name is Natalie Montenegro and I'm running for your sophomore class president. Even though we're starting school in person later than usual, I'm still super excited for this year and you should be too. This past year we've had so many fun events such as the dances and the bonfire. I'm hopeful that this year will be no exception. I know you all have tons of great ideas to make this school year more enjoyable for everyone, even with everything going on right now. With your help, I'm certain we can find new ways to have social events in light of COVID. I would love the opportunity to represent all of you. Last year, I felt like there were so many voices that weren't heard, and I'm positive I'll be able to help represent all of your ideas that are brought to my attention. I want to be able to give everyone a chance to voice your opinions as we continue this new and challenging year. I'm so glad we get to return in person, and I hope we can all be safe. I'm excited to make this year memorable with everyone's help. Remember to vote Natalie for your sophomore class president. Hey Knights, my name is Monica McKinley and I'm running as Vice President to represent our junior class. First and foremost, I know how terrible this year has been for a lot of us. When we come back to school, I want to make it something to look forward to instead of something we all dread. This year is Higley's 20th anniversary, and if you elect me, I will make sure we make it worth celebrating. I'm sure a lot of you have been to our school dances and other events, but if you haven't before, you'll want to make sure you go this year with some of the things we have planned. I like to party more than almost anyone I know, which is why I've had a huge role in planning previous events like our homecomings, winter formal, and even prom this upcoming year. I have seen the ins and outs of the council over the past 2 years, and now that I've had the chance to observe, I would like the chance to step into a bigger role and lead. There's been a lack of change over previous years, which is why I have decided to run so I can initiate this change and be a voice for the student body and make the difference that we all want to see. One thing I'm sure we all have in common is that we want the place we come to every day to be more enjoyable, and that is something that I can promise to deliver to you by listening to what you want on campus. And remember, vote for Mo, it's the way to go.
My name is Bryce Veers, and I'm running to be your junior vice president. Remember, Bryce for vice when you vote. My goal is to represent the interests of the juniors at Higley High School. After coming back from the longest possible summer ever, I think coming back to some great activities and games will be a great idea to get the morale of the school up. I have a long history of working in the student council and making things happen for our students in the Higley School District. In the past, I've been part of planning school dances, organizing fundraisers, and general leadership. I understand that your ideas and desires to improve our high school experience. I will strive to implement the changes and bring values to the students' experience. I will strive to continue to make improvements in the school for every student at Higley. I am asking for your support to vote me for vice president of the junior class. All in all, just remember, don't think twice, vote Bryce for vice.
You guys are probably sick of seeing my face in these videos, but if you haven't seen me before, hi, I'm Brielle Carr and I'm running for your junior class president. Alright, I'm gonna make this short, simple, and sweet. Those that know me know that I love being involved in high school. You'll see me at any football game I can go to, activities put on by the school, and much more. Even though we cannot go to some things due to COVID-19, I still want to come up with a creative way that we can stay involved. I also want to try to get even more surveys going for you guys so student council can use the ideas that you guys have. I've loved being in leadership roles in my previous years, and I hope to continue with this and bring even more ideas, with the input of you guys, of course. Alright, that's it. Vote Brielle.
Hi, my name is Aubrey Ewing and I'm running for senior class vice president. Senior year is supposed to be a year filled with the best memories, and I'm wanting to help create those memories for our class. During my time as a Knight, I have been involved in many extracurriculars, including a wide variety of clubs on campus. I am also president of Higley's Best Buddies chapter and an advocate for inclusion. My goal for this year is to include the entire student body in creating fun new traditions that can be continued for years to come. Vote me, Aubrey Ewing, for senior class vice president, and let's make our senior year the best.
Hey Knights, I'm Emily Parker. Before I begin, I would like to thank you all for considering me as your senior vice president. Our senior year did not start out how we expected it to. Yes, I am a senior, although I look like a freshman. But as your senior vice president, I can ensure that the class of 2021 will always be my top priority when it comes to choosing themes for school dances, planning senior activities, and even small things like our music selection during lunch. I will work tirelessly to make sure that our senior year is just as good, if not even better, than all the previous graduating classes. This means listening to everyone's suggestions, regardless of how crazy they may seem. In addition, I hope that this year I can increase class unity. Senior activities should not cater to only one type of student, but rather all 400 and something of us. The same goes for spirit weeks, sporting events, and so much more. Some visions that I hope to bring to life for the class of 2021 include a senior barbecue, a Higley haunted house, a field day, drive-in movies, and any other suggestions that you may have. I hope that I can make you proud to be a Knight. I only want to amplify your voices and bring your visions to life. Choosing me as your senior vice president would let you be in control of this year. Me representing you means that you can approach me at any time of the day, and I will listen to all of your suggestions, ideas, or concerns. So Knights, let's take back our senior year.
Hey seniors, my name is Delaney Rocha and I want to be your next senior vice president. Normally I would be going to concerts and grabbing coffee with friends, but these last couple of months have changed a lot. Although there are still many precautions we must take, I promise to make it my goal for us to have a fulfilling senior year. I have been in student council for 3 years and have and I've seen the ins and outs of every event that has taken place here. I also know what it takes to make an event fun and successful. I'm also going to make sure that I listen to the student body and host events that you guys want. Whether it be a drive-in movie or a social distance sunrise, I want to make this year as memorable as possible, so don't be afraid to reach out to me because your opinions are important. Overall, my goals are to prioritize safe events for everyone and make a memorable senior year. I truly believe that we can make the best year possible, and it all starts with electing me as your next VP.
Hey Knights! Well, we made it, kind of. It's finally our senior year, and now that we are finally going back in person, I want to make this year one of the best ever. We made it through freshman, sophomore, and even junior year, so I want to give you the senior year you deserve. As president, I would make sure that we still get all the events we've been looking forward to all of high school and try to create fun and exciting events to make our time in school as enjoyable as possible. I've been in student council and many other clubs and activities throughout the school for the past couple years. I've seen what works and what doesn't, and I want to build on that to turn this year around and keep us united as a class. I promise to make our last homecoming, prom, and eventually graduation something we will never forget. I want to get ideas from you, the students, on what you want to see this year and how we can make Higley better for everyone. I promise to be open to your ideas and receive and act upon your input. We've been together almost every day for the past 11 years. Only one more year to go before we go our separate ways. Let's make it count and make sure all the years to come remember the class of 2021. So vote for me, Brooke Church, for senior class president, and let's have an unbelievable senior year.
Hey Knights, my name is Briley Haywood, and I'm running to be your senior class president for this school year. As recent events have proven, the class of 2021 is not only resilient and strong, but also united, courageous, and loyal. This class deserves a president that will reflect these attributes and use that to promote school projects, activities, and other school-related functions that will make this school year unforgettable. As I have been very involved here throughout my last 4 years through several different sports, clubs, fine arts, and other school projects, I feel I can make a good representative for all the opinions of the student body and more specifically, the senior class. As seniors, this is the year we want to remember, and this is the year that we have been waiting for. So let's make it the best we can. Thank you, and go Knights!
None of us could have imagined our senior year starting off the way it has. Even though things look different, I am still confident that this will be the best year ever. My name is Bailey Robinson, and I'm running for senior class president. I've been in Stuco since I was a freshman, which means I have a ton of experience in planning and carrying out fun, successful events. Some of my favorite things that I've been involved in are making the posters you see on campus and planning the dances each year. I'm not sure if you all remember the funeral we had for Williamsfield with chickens floating away in the sky last November, but I played a big part in planning that event. I will make sure that this year is no different and is full of memorable moments like that one. By having a class position, it'll only allow me to do more. I am an essential worker, not only at So Delicious, where I've been making drinks since quarantine started, but also in student council. In all seriousness, I want to make sure we have a fun year while still staying safe in all the things we do. Make sure you vote Bailey Robinson for your senior class president.
Hi friends, I'm Becca Studnick and I'm running to be your senior class president. Happy senior year! I know with our current social climate, school's proving to be a little bit of a challenge, but we're always hoping to give you a senior year that's memorable in all the right ways. I believe I'm the most qualified candidate because I've been in leadership on campus since my freshman year, including student council, marching band, the choir program, NHS, and other clubs. I've also had experience off campus at church, work, and in our community. If I'm elected, I hope to demonstrate servant leadership by putting the needs of the student body before my own and doing my best to both accommodate and celebrate each and every one of you. I'd like to serve as your student president to act as a liaison, not only to accomplish what you'd like to see, but to exceed any expectations you may have. I'd love to see more outreach and unity from our school into the surrounding community as well. I take great pride in our school and our student body, and I'd be so grateful for your vote. Thank you for your time and vote Becca for senior class president. Go Knights!